Greetings, my fellow YouTubers and fellow Americans. My name is Blue, and you are watching The Outlaw Feminist, where I tell all my business. As a reminder, my YouTube channel is autobiographical and free. I'm here to annihilate state-sanctioned sex trafficking in my hometown of Portland, Oregon. In our last episode, Is This Smart?, we learned how helpful my family and friends were during one of the more severe insomniatic meltdowns that I suffered. We also learned about some fun dysfunction in my family. In today's episode, Grapes of Wrath, I'm going to drag you all down to the armpit of the universe, Reno, Nevada. Now go grab a blunt and a glass of wine, because that's what I'm going to do. And let's dig into the next episode of My Life with Outlaw Bikers here on the most boobalicious YouTube channel, The Outlaw Feminist. The moment it was decided that 3-block 1%er and I would be together, I became a short timer in Portland, Oregon. Over the next 2 weeks, I frantically and with reckless abandon broke my lease and stopped scheduling security and dancing shifts. I left a note on a stack of files on my boss's desk. The note read, "I just can't do this anymore. I'm sorry." According to one of the associate accountants, Middleton and Company held my position for the next 6 months before they filled it. Less than a month later, and not a moment too soon, 3-block arrived back in Portland with his big orange diesel truck. Before we did any packing of the truck, he again wanted to do fun stuff in Portland. It was always a thing with him to be seen. Weirdly, his brothers didn't really break their backs to come see 3-block, which I always thought was weird. It always made me feel weird. So before the night I was to leave town, we were up all night in the bars and strip clubs. I alone packed the U-Haul while 3-block slept, as he would be driving all the way to Reno. I finished at 9 a.m. and we were ready to roll out. I was happy but whipped. I was really looking forward to the rest on the way down. But wait! 3-block needed to take care of some club business before we left. He went next door to my pot dealer, where 3-block attacked him, pushing the dude back into his apartment and up against the wall. He had him picked up off of his feet. "Who the fuck do you think you are with my club's tattoo on your body? Did you earn that tattoo? No. You are going to have that tattoo removed today, not tomorrow, today." I honestly could not believe what I was seeing. I was upset and felt bad for the entire situation. 3-block wanted to leave immediately since he was on paper and didn't have his PO's permission to be in Oregon, and he was afraid of the cops being called on him. I came to realize that being on paper was one of 3-block's favorite excuses to do weird, unnecessary, extra shit. Anybody that knew him knew this about him. Driving to my folks' house to say goodbye before leaving Oregon for good, I got to listen to 3-block verbally destroy my neighbor to me with a long, tough guy diatribe. He was quite the verbal pugilist. I was a mess by the time we pulled into my mom and dad's driveway. I was fussing with my phone and the charger in my parents' driveway and got so frustrated that I couldn't manipulate the cord into the ass end of the phone. I made a loud guttural noise and threw the cord on the ground and yelled, "Fuck." My mother marched across the driveway and grabbed me by the upper arm. She has huge hands. "You can't act like this anymore. This man is not going to put up with your bullshit. Put your big girl pants on immediately." That was almost verbatim. We hit the road for my new home in Reno. It's going to be great. I was allowed to rest until Eugene, where I was to take over the driving. He only drove 1.5 hours, and then we needed to switch so he could rest. I pulled that U-Haul trailer through that snow-covered pass about 15 miles an hour while he slept. It was like a luge. We finally made it to where you turn east towards Reno. I think it's Marysville or Susanville. I signaled left and stepped on the gas. Nothing. The truck would not move. We sat there in the middle of the road, stranded in the pitch black, and our phones had no signal. We slept in the cab, freezing half to death. And when the sun came up, we were able to catch a cell phone signal. Long story short, we had to have a specialized tow truck drag us 90 miles into the North Valleys of Reno. Reno. How do I describe Reno? Nothing like Vegas, not even a little bit. No palm trees, no bright lights, just trailers and dirt and wild horses and outbuildings and tumbleweed and dirt. 3 Block decided since it was my stuff that destroyed his 350 diesel truck transmission that I would pay the tow charge that was over $500. He would bring up the fact that I broke his truck early and often until he finally sold it to Top Shelf, who was the Shasta County P. Fun fact, Top Shelf called me mom and I called him my boy. Love you, my boy. I walked into 3 Block's small ranch house to find a living room piled with furniture. 3 living rooms and 4 bedrooms worth of furniture, it seemed like. It was just piled everywhere. There wasn't even really a walking room. It was just piled all over the place with a big mattress in the middle. What was all this furniture about? I looked out the kitchen window to find 3 boxers running around the property. An acre of land that looked like a housing supply graveyard. There were 4 or 5 outbuildings, 2 Conex boxes, broken toilets, intact toilets, and other household fixtures. There was fencing, broken TV sets, lumber, decorative rock. There was also a Hummer 2 and a single-wide trailer. 3 Block was going to repurpose that single-wide trailer into a clubhouse for the Carson City chapter of the Mongols, of which he was the SA. Put a pin in this goddamn trailer. Weirdly, it's a major player in the Reno part of my story. I took a photo of this family trust property and sent it to my grandma Leitzel. Her reply was, "Good grief, looks like grapes of wrath." She's so rad. And extra points for those of you that understand that metaphor. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this episode up. Please remember to like, subscribe, notify, and comment. And also remember to share my content with your favorite internet troll. Fun. Now you guys all know the drill. Be safe, be dangerous, and baby, be a part of the solution, not the problem.